In a jarring juxtaposition today, as the president's cabinet honors a man who spent his life fighting intolerance, the president himself is battling questions about whether he's racist.
No, I'm not a racist. I am the least racist person you have ever interviewed. That I can tell you.
Donald Trump ending his holiday weekend in Palm Beach, on his way back from his golf club, passing demonstrators waving Haitian flags. It's more fallout from those Oval Office comments in which the president, during an immigration meeting, reportedly favorably compared people from Norway to people from countries like Haiti. Top Democrat Dick Durbin today is standing by his initial statement that the president, at the time, called African nations S-holes.
When he denied saying it, I felt duty-bound to clarify what actually happened.
That pushback is earning the senator a new nickname from President Trump. Dickie Durbin, he tweeted, totally misrepresented what was said at the DACA meeting. Deals can't get made when there is no trust. The president has new backup from two Republican allies, also in the room, who just last week said they did not remember the moment in question. Now?
I didn't hear it.
I'm telling you, he did not use that word.
Another Republican who was there, Lindsey Graham, would not go that far.
It's pretty embarrassing when you have to take your children out of the room just to report the news.
The trust issue and the collapse of it comes at a critical time when a breakdown in bipartisanship might shut down the government 4 days from now. Republicans need Democrats to cut a budget deal, but some Democrats, digging in, want any deal tied to protection for so-called dreamers, younger, undocumented immigrants.
A majority of my caucus, myself included, we will not fund the government without a DACA deal.
As for MLK Day, for the past 20 years, presidents have done something publicly to honor Dr. King on what's become a day of service. President Trump tweeted today and signed a proclamation Friday, but held no public events before returning here to Washington. He spent time in Florida at his private golf club.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.